towards the cloud. All right. So I'm going to start letting people in and just put them all on mute.
Sounds good.
That work for you?
Yep, that works. And then we'll get the recording once you get it.
Yep. Brett, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So everybody,
say- Sorry, I walked over you.
I was just going to say that everybody who's joining now, just we're going to give it a couple minutes. Just put yourself on mute, and we'll get started maybe 1 or 2 after. So thank you everybody for joining. I'm Patrick. I'm with OnStation. Brett's going to give an introduction here in a minute, but I'm just going to give it another second here. I see people are still connecting in the waiting room. So a couple more minutes and we'll get started.
How's it look on your end, Patrick?
Yeah, it's looking, we've got a handful in, probably 20 something folks. I'll admit people as they come in. And we're, there's 3 more joining here. So I would say at 2 after, go ahead and give your introduction, another 20 seconds, and I'll just add people as they come in, but want to be respectful of everyone's time so we can start.
Sounds good. All right, I got 11:02 on my end. So, all right. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brett Stanton, the Executive Director at the Asphalt Pavement Association of Michigan, and want to thank you all for joining us today. This is recorded, so we will share a link to this recording in case you want to watch it again, or there's other folks in your organization that you feel would benefit from this. And of course, you can feel free to reach out to Patrick, and I'm sure he'd be more than happy to do kind of one-off trainings as well. So first off, I want to apologize for the technical difficulties that we had originally with Zoom, and then forced us to send out a different link and use the meeting portal instead of the webinar stuff. So anyhow, I think we got through that. Most of everybody's here today. Like I said, we'll record this so folks can have a chance to watch it later at their leisure. So I just wanted to, I got a couple of quick words. Ended up connecting with Patrick, I don't know, a couple months, 6 weeks ago, right around the time we were selling exhibit space for our annual conference, and wanted to get a little more information about what the product was that they were offering. So we sat down and did a webinar very similar to this, and thought this was a really cool tool that not only we wanted to have exhibit at our annual paving conference, but also thought we'd offer up a webinar here so people could kind of see a demo of it that you don't really get the opportunity to do so when you're in the exhibit space at a conference. So having been out on the grade and struggled myself at times trying to figure out where in the heck I was in the project, I thought this was a really neat application that that others probably that are out on the grade now day in and day out would probably appreciate and care to know more about. So with that, I'll turn it over to Patrick with OnStation, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Thanks, Brett. Everybody on the line, I appreciate the opportunity. I'm Patrick Russo with OnStation. Hopefully we met several of you at the trade show a couple weeks ago. So it's exciting to share our product with you right now. A couple of housekeeping items. I do have the chat open. So if you want to submit a question through chat, just do that right through the Zoom portal. If you want to raise your hand and interrupt me, feel free to do that. I will save time at the end. So if you want to save the questions till then, I'll give you an opportunity there as well. But I definitely want you to get the answers and ask the questions that you're looking for. So every couple of slides, I just have a handful of slides to roll through. I'll pause if you want to ask questions, and then I'll pull up the app and do a little screen share. So with that out of the way, I'll give you a quick overview of OnStation, and then we'll kind of jump into it. We are a mobile application that was built and designed for folks just like you on the projects that you're on every single day. We came out of the roadway space. My partner was a project engineer for ODOT, so we lived this life for 10 years. And our tool is designed for the people that are out there working on the job. It's going to locate yourself instantly. You're able to document things in a snap, and it's highly intuitive. We've put a lot of time and energy into making this an app. You download it from the App Store. You create an account, and you enter a 5-digit code. And that's it. Everything syncs and sets up for that job. I know that there's a lot of different softwares out there. You have a lot of different tools for budgets and tracking and compliance and all sorts of other items. But I can't stress that enough. The rollout is downloading the app, creating an account, entering your access code. It opens up and you have a station in about 2 seconds. We do a whole bunch of other stuff, but like at its core, that's what we do. I'm going to start here with a little video of one of our users, just because it's a great example of how they're using the app and some of the benefits. So just 60 seconds here, and then we'll keep moving on.
Safety perspective for US 30, there's going to be a fair amount of that that's going to be night work. So the biggest safety factor will be all of the stationing labs are down the center line median right now. So at night, if you need to know where live lane of traffic, and get over to the center line in the dark and try to find a station last, figure out what station you're at. Whereas now our guys will be on the back of the paver, they can open their phone up, they can see in real time what station they're at, where they're going, and what's going on. So that right there would be a huge safety factor.
So that's one of our customers, works for Fenton Brown in Indiana. So OnStation is on about 320-ish projects. We have customers in 25 states. Folks you might know are Milestone, Fenton Brown, EB Paving, Atkins, Aries, HNTV, Reese Riley. We have SEMA, and then maybe 6 or 7 DOTs are also using the app. So it's starting to grow, and we're pretty excited about that. The 3 main problems that we're trying to help you with. They're simple but complex. Where are you on the road? Getting access to design information and being able to communicate what you're doing. There's tools that play in all those different areas. They're not all connected. Some people have some people have others. Our tool can solve all 3 of those problems for you with a simple app download. And so how we do it, putting a couple more people in. Our 4 main features, it all starts with the automatic station finder. So we take your project design files or your project plans, and we configure the project so that it opens, when you open it up, you get an instant station alignment offset accurate from 2 to 4 feet. Right there. If you move about the project, it'll follow you. If you cross alignments, it'll jump to that one and give you your station. That's about as easy as it gets. There's no more wheels, there's no more stakes, there's no more paper plans. You open the app, and if you're on the project, it bounces right to where you are, and you have a station in seconds. Everything else we do builds on top of that. But if you have that in your phone instantly, just the power of that, and then add these other features, you can kind of see all the different use cases that you could do with it. Overlaid on the map are our design layers. So we can take your drainage layer, for example. Where do these pipes need to go before you install the final road? At the touch of a button, you can take that design information that's either in a file you've never seen or printing out on a plan set and overlay it on the project map. And now you know exactly the station where that pipe is supposed to be. If you're installing culverts and you're not sure which one goes where, turn the layer on, zoom in on that particular item, match the station. It's just a way to, this information's all been created. We want to deliver it to you in a helpful and useful way. Any questions? Feel free to raise your hand or jump into the chat. I'm going to keep rolling on, but those are 2 of the 4. Our project library. You probably have other tools where you can get access to your plans. This is just a simple way to have access to project documents, plans, specs, standards, change orders, whatever it might be. It's available in the project library. You hit a button and it opens up on your phone. So you may have other versions to get this, or that one day you might have forgotten your plans, left them in the truck, you're out walking the project and you don't have that information. You can always open it up in OnStation and view it pretty instantly. And then our last feature to highlight is the flag and chat. And this is really where we combine knowing your location, viewing the project design, and then being able to communicate what you're doing across the project. And the best way to think of this is you all have text messages in your phone right now. If they were organized by just your work text messages, your work chats, and each one of those was anchored at a station on the project that you could bounce to at any time and know exactly where you are on the road and see the communication that was happening, that's what the flag and chat is. So I'm out on the road, I see some standing water after some paving, there's a drainage issue. In seconds, I can drop a flag on the map that stamps that location. I can open that flag up and add some notes, add some pictures, and document what's happening. And then I can share that with other members on the project so that they can see what I'm seeing and we can coordinate the effort to resolve this issue. And it's all organized and timestamped and available to you at any time as long as you have it. So, two quick questions. The cost per user per company, we're going to get into that at the end. And a couple slides. Did I understand you say you upload the alignment and project data and not the user? Yes, that's correct. We do all of the work. So there's a project submission form on our website. You submit that with, if you just have the paper plans, we can build about 60% of the projects off the plans if it has the northern and eastern start point of the alignments. If you have MicroStation, Open Roads, Civil 3D, KMLs, GPK files, all of the different design software exports, we ingest those, we do all the configuration, you enter a 5-digit code. That's it. You don't have to connect to a coordinate system. You don't have to set up your phone. It just works. So I'll get to the pricing in a minute, but any other questions, you can keep them coming. Something just to highlight, as you get deeper into the app and start logging conversations, you can add custom tags to organize it. You can also add the project-specific pay item list. So if you want to start documenting and tracking the work you're doing versus how you're going to bill, you can add that to flags. You don't have to do this, but it's just an example of getting deeper into the app and you have more resources to use. Beyond stationing, other ways that you can locate yourself. We have it available in Michigan. I think we have it available in 30 states, but we've documented the statewide LRS and mile marker networks. So if you're on a project and you need to set up your traffic control, you have 500 feet of barriers and 500 feet of lane closures, and you move past the project stationing, well, now you can switch over to mile marker and be able to know where you are, how far you've gone, and document that. All else fails, you can switch over to lat and long and pull a reading from that. The other feature is if you're on a project and there was no stationing, there was no survey data done, you can use the mile marker information as your common reference point. And that's all available in the app right now. A couple of export options. So I'm sure you've all have pictures on your phone that somebody took in the field, texted it to you, and then shared information about it. And at that moment, you can recognize it. The next day, the next week, it gets a lot harder. In OnStation, if you take a picture, we call it a camera note, you snap the photo, you can add a title, a markup, and when you save it, it auto stamps your date, time, and station right to the image. And it gives you a little map as to where it is. You can save that to your device, you can text it, you can email it, you can add it to a flag, you can do whatever you want with it. But you're sending an image with a title and a markup and a date and a station, which is worth way more than just sending a picture. And then in the middle is our flag and chat export. Just an example, if you're using that tool to document something, you have the ability to export that out in a PDF form. You can use it for project record keeping or whatever you want. We also integrate into any share file apps that you have on your phone. So OneDrive and Box and Google Drive. If you're connected to that on your phone, you could take these exports and literally save them right into the project folder for that particular job, all in about 5 seconds. Does this daily reports? So you can, if you're capturing conversations in a flag, you're basically creating your daily report, your daily diary, while that information is being created, which is kind of one of the keys to OnStation. We're capturing the project record while it's being created. So there's no form at the end of the job that you go out at the end of the week and you fill out. If people are using the flag and chat and they're engaging, you're collecting the daily activity while it's occurring. Project search. So like I said, we have over 320 some projects that are active. You can see mainly where we're located. Just this morning, we had 7 new projects come in. And so we have a whole team that builds these projects and gets them out to you, but we do all the configuration and share them. The key here is if you have a license to OnStation, you can access any project that's available. So take Michigan. If Central Paving creates a handful of projects, or we have the I-69 project out of Lansing that I think HNTB created for us. If you're the contractor, the DOT, the consultant, a subcontractor on that project, you can enter that access code and you can view that project. So your license is a license to OnStation and not a particular job. And then we're very upfront about this. So this is our pricing. It's an annual user license for 12 months access to OnStation. You buy one license, it's $385 for the year per user. We offer a Teams package, which has a slight discount, $8,200 for 25 licenses, but they're fully transferable. So you can give them to interns and take them away. If somebody leaves the company, you can reassign that license. We have contractors that share a license with their project owner as a way to engage them on the job, as another way to just kind of entice them to keep them engaged with you to hopefully win more business. So we offer that perk at 25 licenses. And if you want to get into an enterprise 100 license deal, we can talk about that. That comes with more custom reporting, influence over the product roadmap. There's other features if you're going to roll this out larger. But at its core, $385 for one license. That's after your free trial. So this is an important thing, and then I'm going to jump into the app. All new users get a 30-day trial in the app. So if you downloaded it today, entered a project code that you were on, there's no credit card, there's no setup. It's a 30-day trial. You can try it out. You can add projects and experience yourself, what the app does. So I'm going to look at these questions real quick. Yes, there's a recording, and yes, I will share it. If we don't renew the license, will we lose access to the previous project data? Yes. So if you don't renew at the end of your license, then you don't have access to the app. So if you haven't exported a flag and chat report, or you haven't exported a camera note, that remains in the app if you haven't exported it. That's one of the beauties of OnStation. I've had customers that have gone back to jobs that they had 2 years ago, found a course, course sample that they did, were able to navigate to it in seconds and view the information. And it took almost no time at all, as opposed to starting from scratch, getting project data, figuring out where on the road that no longer has any construction information, where that core sample was. Just the cost of that would pay for a license in no time. How long does it take your company to create a project? We run about 2 weeks. Really depends on the number of projects that we have in front of it, but it's a fairly quick turnaround when you'll get the 5-digit access code. And the information that we need, again, is either the PDF plans, but preferably the project design files, DGNs, DWGs, XMLs. We understand that most contractors probably don't have those softwares, so if you just have the plans, we can start with that. Does this work on notebooks or just cell phones? It works on both phones and tablets, Android and iOS. Okay, I'm gonna jump over to my phone. And a user license actually allows you, just to follow up on that last question, 2 devices. So we understand that you might have a phone and a tablet, or you may have a work phone and or a work device and a personal device. You can log into both under the same profile, but then we do track your device ID. So if it goes beyond that, then everybody gets locked out for a period of time. But we understand that you might have a tablet as well, and so your license will give you access to both of those. So I'm broadcasting right from my phone. I'm opening OnStation. It jumps to the last project that you were on. This is a project in Oklahoma. If I was on site, it would have zoomed in right to where I was. But as you can see, simply zoom in and you see US 69, I'm at station 1617 plus 41, and I'm 31 feet left. Accurate 2 to 4 feet in a couple of seconds. That's why we say it's the easiest and quickest way to get your station on the project. As you move, it's going to follow you. You can use it from the office, from your truck. You can open it at any place, zoom in on a project location, and get your station. I'm going to jump back here to the projects tab real quick because this is where it starts. And I'm going to load a project. I'm actually going to load the Michigan I-69 job. So this is kind of your project hub. This is where you add projects. Once you load them, they go underneath your My Project. You can easily bounce from job to job at the setup. But I've talked a lot, and I'm going to show you more features, but I want to show you this to start. Somebody submits the project. It could be the DOT, it could be a contractor, it could be a sub. We take the official project documents for that job. We do all the configuration, and we enter, and then we provide a 6-digit access code. I'm sorry, a 5-digit access code. Add code, add project. It downloads and syncs to your app. I think anybody can do that, right? We know that some people don't like the technology. You hear this, older generation, construction industry, they don't adopt it. They're out on the road. We've spent a ton of money to do it that simply, so that all you have to do is download the project, download the app, and enter a 5-digit code. Quick, right now I'm on the southbound lane. You'll see if I'm in between alignments, it allows me to select one. Or if you keep moving, it's gonna jump over to northbound. All pre-configured. Yes, you can add, so 2 quick questions. You can add, you can update the design files if this is a design build, or if things changed, you can resubmit, usually the alignment doesn't change that much, but you could resubmit a design layer file and we will push it through to the app. The other question was offline functionality. There was a screen that popped up there. We do offer offline functionality that powers the station finder. And so you can also actually access it here behind the design layer. If you download the base map and you're in an area where you don't have great connection or no connection, your GPS actually still connects to the phone, even though you're not connecting to your email or anything like that. And you will have your station finder still working. So that's the station finder. I'm going to switch over to another project here and show you the drainage layer on this particular job. So now I'm in Wisconsin, and behind the display button at the top, these are all different design layers that they submitted at the start of the job. And the idea here is to take that project design information and overlay it on your map so that you can view more information. This is the drainage layer, probably important to paving companies. And it's the same thing that's in the plans, but now it's on your map with the stationing shown. You want it to turn on additional layers at the same time. So let's see, let's turn on all the utilities. Take a second to load. As it comes up on the map, now you have your pipe work, culverts, poles. If you have call outs in the plans, we can include those as well in the app. So that's our design layer feature. You can turn off multiple items at once. Quick little tip. We offer a model layer, which blacks out the background and allows you to focus in on the design. So if it's a really bright day, a greenfield project, the base map doesn't matter to you. You have this little feature so that you can just really zoom in on the project design. Flag and chat. Switching over to another project down here, down in Florida. You can see I have a couple of icons on the map. We offer different versions so that you can customize your map so that there's a visual reference. So flag and chat again is work chats organized by location. You can drop different markers if you want to visualize different items on the map. You simply drop a marker and add a title. All of your flags will appear here in your chat tab. Looks just like the text messaging app, and it works just the same. But if it's a new notification, a new message, there'll be a green icon. The last message you sent is at the top. You can jump in and view the information. Or if you hit the flag icon, it's going to take you right to that spot on the project. So it's linking the conversation to that exact spot on the project, which is important when the job is 2, 10, 20 miles long. Where this conversation is happening on the job is very important. 2 quick questions here. Is there computer access? So currently we are just phones and tablets. We are rolling out a license portal in about 2 weeks that'll allow you to manage your users and manage your licenses. But there is not a website version of our app. And to be honest, I don't see it happening for at least another year. Is there a limit to the amount of projects that a single user can load? No. You have a license to OnStation and you're on 5 projects, 10 projects, you can have them all in your app and you can access additional ones if you're on there. So maybe you're a district manager, an area-wide manager, you want to see everything that's happening, you could have all of those projects in your app. If you delete a project off your app and re-enter it a year later because you have to go out there, everything syncs from where you left it. 2 other quick features to show you. You do not have to be on site to accurately flag something. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, and I just dropped this flag on a project in Florida. The benefits of that, maybe you're sending a crew out to do some core samples and you want those at exact locations. The person in the office could drop those flags and share them with other members of your team, the people who are going to be out in the field doing the work. They know exactly where that flag is. Soon they'll be able to hit the navigation button and the app will take them right to that spot. So we actually heard from a couple of business owners that they use the app more in the office than they do in the field. because when they're not out there, they can simply pull it up and see what's happening. Want to show you the camera note. Take a picture. I can add a title instantly. I can add a markup if I need to highlight something. And then if I was on this project down in Florida, when I hit save, it takes the picture, the markup, the title, the date, time, and station, and puts it all on one image. And then we give you a whole bunch of options, whatever's in your app. You can save it to your device, you can email it, text it, add it to a marker, drop it in a Slack channel, a Teams channel, however you're communicating, we give you that option. But instead of just getting a blank picture, you're sending something with a lot more information. Last tab over here, the plans tab. Actually, let me switch projects, see if there's another document. I had one pulled up. There we go. So that was an example, and then I just switched from 3 different jobs and would have had stationed there in seconds. But find the plans that you want. It'll download. This is actually storing something on your device. Everything else is referenced from the cloud. But very quick download. You can scroll through pages. You can zoom in, see the project information, whatever it is you're looking for. You can bookmark certain pages. If it has a table of contents, you can jump to certain sections that way. But it's just a very quick and easy way to view the project design. So just a quick recap. This is a tool that's for your industry. I've never had a customer say, you know what, I tried OnStation, I got my station instantly, and I decided to go back to the wheel and the stakes. We're adding new functionality, easier functionality. We're going to continue to evolve the app, but we build the app based on user feedback. So I think when you try it, you're going to see it's highly intuitive. It's very simple to use. It gives you the information you need to just be more productive and have a better workday quickly and easily, and then you can get back to your job. Download the app, create an account, you enter an access code. If it's the first time you do that, you get a free 30-day trial. Try the app. We take away all barriers so that you could try one job. If you're a larger contractor and you want to upload 5, 6, 7 jobs to start on the trial and give it to every office, we can support that as well. There's no credit card to start. There's no contract. Submit your projects, receive your code, and put it in the hands of your workers. It's going to make them more productive. As Thad said, it's going to make them safer. I've had folks tell us, they've marked cold joints along the road, and they've never had to get out of their truck to do it because they can do it through OnStation. So that's our offer. Free trial, free project creation. Try it out. It'll change the way that you work. Is there a limit on how many projects a company can upload per year? There's not necessarily a limit currently. There is a priority. The larger, if you're a larger customer and you're sending projects in, there's a different flows that we have to prioritize projects. If you're a one-man crew and you're doing 100 projects, one specific thing, and you have one license, eventually there's going to be a fee that's involved. But we can figure that out. For right now, if you're, what's different names in Michigan? Central Paving, Michigan Paving, Reith Riley, HNTB. I'm just trying to think of a couple of the larger names that I remember. I apologize if I'm missing some. Some of the larger firms, if you said, here's 10 projects to build, we would build those and get them into the app so that you guys can try it out. How about state, hold on, there's another one. Can we flag missed sig limits for utility layers and share? Yes. Let me jump into that. Sorry, I didn't show you that feature. So I'm in a flag right now, and behind the add button is anybody else who's entered that 5-digit code. And it could be someone on your team, it could be someone with the DOT, with another contractor, a consultant, really doesn't matter. Anybody who's entered that code, they're associated with that project, and they're gonna appear here. I have a project in Utah that probably has over 250 people that are on it from 25 different organizations. If you hit add, if I needed to add John from Atkins to this flag, John is going to get a push notification. That flag is going to go on his map. It's going to appear in his chat tab. And now John and I can communicate and document our conversation and share pictures. Cody from Atkins or Jason from Atkins cannot see that conversation unless we add them to the flag. So it's just like your group text or group email. If you're not a part of that strand, that chain, you don't get to see access to it. But it's just a way that you can document what's happening and then bring other people into the conversation. You're going to have this conversation anyway, right? It's going to be on my text and someone else's email, and I'm going to call that person, and we're going to lose information along the way. And then a month later, I can't remember who was going to do what, who agreed to what bill, and it's a big cluster. Or you open up the flag and chat note and you can see everybody's conversation that's time-stamped and date and organized, and everybody can make a better decision. How about station equations? I would need some more information on that one. How about the chat function as well? How does that work? So that's kind of what I showed here. You see it just updated to today at 11:39, my name, my message, and it works just like your text messaging app. So that's really what I wanted to show you. Just to reiterate, you can go to our website. There's a project submission form. Fill out your name, email, company, attach your project files. It goes to our engineering team. They will review them to see if we have all the information that we need. You'll get an email when it goes into construction. You'll get an email when it's ready. You download the app, create an account, enter a 5-digit code, and get your station, get your access to the design layers, be able to communicate in a documented fashion. It's pretty easy to get rolling and get started. Go ahead, Brett.
I was just jumping in. It seemed like you were kind of winding down there. Correct me if you had more to go, but I think we were getting to the end here. So just as a reminder, we will, Patrick has recorded this, so we will get the recording and put it out on our website and make sure we share that with everybody on the call here as well as the rest of the membership. So we'll take another question that came in, Patrick.
Yes, station relations and station equations, do they show on the map, on the app accurately? Did I 2 to 4 feet? So I would say, Forrest, if you want to follow up directly with me, we can, because I'm not quite positive, but we can have that discussion. The accuracy comes right out of our users. They say it's 2 to 4 feet. Usually the first thing somebody does is grab somebody who's got a rover, find a stake, hold it up, and test how accurate the app is. And then we win them over with that. That's that's where everything starts with our app. That's our bread and butter. We lock into the coordinate system. We use any scale factors in the plans. If the app isn't accurate, everything else falls apart. So we put a lot of effort and time into making sure that your alignments and your mile markers are accurate. And it can be multiple jobs. I mean, look at this project here. Sorry, one more, Brett. This is an interchange in Akron, and you can see how overlapped it is. And it doesn't matter if you're in lane S, lane O, State Route 8, and in the app's just going to keep bouncing and updating all throughout as you move about the job. I mean, this is a pretty complex one, but that's just an example of how powerful it is.
Great. Well, I think there was a couple of people that asked Jeff and Forrest about station equation. So I think, and I could be wrong, you guys, they're able to unmute themselves, right? But I think what they're asking about is on the plans when there's a station equation, like, you know, ahead and back, when you break the alignment, you know, you're I don't know actually what the actual definition of the station equation is, but they're wondering if that shows up accurately on there. And I'm assuming if it was in the project file, you would end up tying that in there, correct?
Yeah, station breaks, yes. Station breaks will show accurately in the app.
Okay. So yeah, if Forrest or Jeff, if there's something more, you guys, I think you can unmute yourselves.
Yeah, this is Jeff. Yeah, that's the question. A lot of jobs do have station breaks or equations in them, and just trying to sort out if your program can help with that, you know.
Yes, it'll accurately display that information. But those throw us for a little loop, but we have to iron that out, and that'll be accurate in your app.
Thank you.
Well, great. Thank you very much, Patrick, for walking through this demo here. And like I said, we'll share that recording with the group when it becomes available. So do you have any parting words, Patrick?
Yeah, I was just to say I will send out an email to the ones who joined here. Actually, they might have joined to your link, Brett. So if you don't mind sharing the roster, I'll send out the recording. I'll send out the link to our project submission form. I have a team here that's willing to do demos. Again, I have a team here that builds projects. We're ready and excited to have some projects with you. And so I thank you for the opportunity. I wish you best of luck winning your bids that are coming out soon, and the project should be kicking off. And I will stay on the event here until the last person drops off. So if there's any questions you wanted to wait to the end, happy to answer those. I have more time, but I thank you everybody for joining, and enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Anybody still on? Have any questions? Dave, you might be on 2 devices. You want to try that again, Dave? You're probably on. A trial or demo available. Yes. So the way that the trial works is all new users to the app get 30 days access from when you enter your first project code. And that trial period is full access to the app. It's access to unlimited projects that you're on, and it's for everybody on your team. So if you enter an access code today, and then Joe on your team enters one 4 days from now, his trial starts then. And so it's just a way that we can spread OnStation around. You can give it to multiple offices, multiple users. I can tell you how great it is, but if your users are out there trying it and they tell you how great it is, it's going to make it easier for the company to make a purchase. So that's how that works. Specifically then on demos, if you created a couple projects and you wanted someone on our team to do a demo on that particular job for your users to kind of walk them through all the features, the first couple projects, we do that as well. And I know Fenton Brown, Leaf Riley just purchased them, and they've been using the app for a year now, and they use it on all their jobs, and it's been hugely beneficial for them. Anything else from Brian or I see it, see Brian and Dave. If have anything else, throw it in the chat or jump off mute. I'll wait another 20 seconds or so and then have a great day. All right. Bye, everybody.